Hey folks, welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to look at making titles and adding them to a timeline in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now to get started we're going to go to Title, New Title, Default Still. I'm going to name the title card Keyboard, then I'm going to click on OK. A new window pops up and this is our control panel for creating titles. What you'll notice first of all is that there's a monitor here, and this monitor will show exactly the point where you left your time marker on the keyboard, as you can see. So underneath we can see the image of a keyboard that I filmed earlier. If you want to get rid of that image, if you think it's getting in the way, you can click on Show Background Video here and it disappears. So you can click it on and off depending to your taste. I'm going to leave it off for the time being. Now to create a piece of text, click on Type Tool T here, and then click anywhere in the monitor window. When you click in the window, the options for the properties for the title and the text now pop up. I'm going to click on here, and as you can see there's a full range of text that you can choose from. You can scroll up and down, or if you wish you can use your arrow key to take you up and down through the text. Another method of selecting text is just to type in. I'm going to type in Arial, and as you can see it's gone straight to it. Click back on the screen and type in the word that you want. In my case it's, let's get the spelling right, keyboard. When you finish typing, click back on the selection tool here and you can now position the text on screen. You can also grab the edges of it and adjust the size. And what you might want to have a look at, folks, is on the top right hand corner here and here you can see the size of the font, its aspect, its height, its width and its position, adjusting as I move it around in space. I've got to admit I prefer moving it manually and adjusting it actually using the handles here, but some of you might want to actually just type and scrub along on the X position or the Y position to get it in the place that you want. But I've got to be honest, I imagine most of you will just click, drag it around the screen or use handles to get it the shape that you want it to be. You can adjust the font style on some of them by clicking on here and having italic, or bold. I'm going to go for Arial bold in this case just to make it a little fatter. You can make further adjustments as well. If we just scrub down here, at the moment the fill type is set to solid, so it's a solid white fill. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to select linear gradient. We've got two handles here, 1 and 2. I'm going to click on the left one and I'm going to select just a slight sort of silvery colour like so. Click on OK. And we can see that we've got a slight gradient attached to the text. Alternatively, you can go for bevel, radial gradient, four color gradient. You get the idea. But you don't want to overdo it. There's always a danger to overbake text and make it look a little bit more flashy than it needs to be. I'm just going to stick with a basic linear gradient. One of the things you can also add is an outer stroke to give the text a bit more definition. Click on Add here, and as you can see the default size is set to 10. I'm going to enlarge that a little bit, probably to about 15. I'm going to go, actually no, I think I'll go for, let's have a look, yeah, 20. Just to make the size a little bit more defined. You can also click on Shadow. Give it a nice drop shadow. I'm going to put the opacity down a little bit, just to make it a little bit more subtle. And the distance I'm going to put up to about 20. So things like shadow I think are always worth adding. Outer strokes I think are good as well. But again, I think as ever with a lot of things in Premiere or any kind of Adobe software, the trick is to go through the different parameters, play with some of the settings, and reshape and define the text in the manner that you wish. When you're happy with the position of the text and its appearance, you can click on the red button here to close down the window. You should now find in the bottom left hand corner in your project bin, the keyboard text is now here, and it's defined by this little icon like so. I'm going to grab that and put it onto video line 2, and it should now appear above my video of the keyboard that I shot earlier. Text usually plays to about 5 seconds. If you want to make it longer, click on the end of it and drag it out like so. If you find it's still not in the position that you're happy with, you can select the text like so, click on Effect Controls, click on the word motion just to activate the layer, and then you can click and drag the keyboard text into a position that you're more happy with. Okay folks, there we go. Short introduction to using text and titles in Premiere Pro. Thanks for listening. See you in the next tutorial.